So, how much does it cost to stay in a full Harbour View Suite at the Four Seasons Hotel in Sydney? That's what we're here to find out today. Stick around. G'day and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm coming to you from Gadigal country, part of the Eora Nation. I recognise the Gadigal people, and I especially acknowledge the checkered past that this particular area has for Aboriginal people everywhere. The Four Seasons is one of Sydney's premier luxury hotels. It's located at the bottom of George Street and sits on one of the best blocks of land in Australia. The architecture is straight out of the late 70s and is totally iconic. And sitting on such an unbelievable spot gives it amazing, unfettered views of the harbour and city skyline. The lobby, as you'd imagine, is spacious and opulent. It's filled with people looking to help you. There is definitely no waiting around for the only person behind the counter to help you at the Four Seasons. There are 34 floors, although they do subscribe to that odd nonsense that 13 is unlucky, so there's really only 33 floors. There are 498 rooms and 33 suites. It was opened in 1982 and the suites were all refurbished in 2011. It's a funky sort of building and it really makes a statement. Although I guess their assistant manager might need to brush up on his proofreading skills. So we arrived pretty early, around 11 o'clock, and the room wasn't ready. But given we were in a suite, as soon as we checked in at reception, a concierge appeared out of nowhere, whisked away our luggage and escorted us up to the lounge. More about that in a tick, but we were able to relax after our trip and have a coffee and a bite to eat before we headed off for a walk around the rocks and through Barangaroo, before we finally checked in a bit later that afternoon. The room we booked was a one-bedroom, full Harbour View suite on the 33rd floor. It's the fanciest one-bedroom suite they have, so we were totally living it up. Seriously, the next step up was the Royal or Presidential Suite, and it goes without saying that I don't really fit either of those job descriptions. There are two living areas, a large lounge room and a bedroom. Both have unbelievable 180-degree views of the harbour. It is called the Full Harbour View Suite for a reason. The amenities and the facilities are top shelf as you'd expect. They even provided us with his and her umbrellas because it looked like it was going to rain. It's the third time we've stayed in one of these suites. The first time was in 2018 and we came up for a Queen of the Stone Age concert, pretty cool. And the second time we just came up for a couple of nights away for our 20th wedding anniversary. This time though, we had booked tickets to the State Theatre to watch Sleeping Beauty by the Moscow Ballet. We booked them in, I don't know, maybe July or August last year. And we really didn't give much thought to what was going on in the Ukraine. I guess we should have figured that Putin would still be acting like a bit of a Nimrod, but to be honest, I really didn't give it much thought and we just booked everything. Then, a few weeks ago, we found out it was postponed. Presumably until Putin stops being a dick. So, I guess we'll never see it. But we decided, what the hell, we can skulk around Sydney for a couple of days. Rain or shine, it's never let us down before. Now, a big part of the experience of staying in a suite at the Four Seasons is Lounge 32. It takes up half of the 32nd floor and is what Four Seasons refers to as an exclusive retreat and a haven of luxury. It's like the Qantas Club on steroids, more intimate and quiet and much less riffraff, until of course I rolled up. It's open from 7 AM until 10 PM daily and open for exclusive use by the residents of the suites. There are unbelievable breakfasts, a chef cooking your eggs to order and all that, but seriously, you know a place is pretty fancy when your tomato sauce comes in individual jars. there are refreshments available all day, and in the evening, gourmet canapés and a sommelier. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that. I don't drink wine very much, but there's one there serving up the best stuff you can imagine. Now, taking up half of the floor, you get awesome views of the harbour to the west and across the city. It's pretty bloody good. There is something completely decadent about being pampered like this. Okay, so how much did all of this cost me? Well, first of all, as a bit of background, I work for a not-for-profit, and in Australia, we get this cool little tax perk. It's a tax-free meal and entertainment card. Basically, it's an incentive to attract people to work for charities. It's worth about $50 a week. Now, most years, I just blow it on 10 coffees. I'd like to say that was a week's worth, but it's really just a couple of days. Don't judge, we all need a vice. But this year, just as I've done a couple of times in the past, I decided to let it build up for 12 months. That's $2,600, tax-free. And as for this splurge at the Four Seasons, well, it was just under $2,000 for the night. Extravagant, sure. But sometimes you just got to say, what the hell? After all, it's an investment in life and in living. But, yeah, checking back into reality though, this is a total one-off. I don't do these sorts of things regularly. I am far more likely to find myself alone in the bush in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. And you can check these videos out to see me in a more natural habitat. Well, that's it for this video. It's a bit different to what I usually do, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay safe.